Creating a request, request header. There are two ways to start a new request in Concur. The first way was shown in the previous video. Select Request at the top in the black bar, and then select New Request directly below that. The second way to start a new request requires one less click. From the Concur homepage in the white bar near the top, place the mouse over New, select Start a Request. As a best practice for any form that would need to be completed, follow all of the required fields from left to right, top to bottom. The first field is Request Trip Name. This is a free text field. Check with your department to see if there is a required naming convention. The best practice would be to name the request trip name something meaningful to you and that the approvers will easily understand. This will also help you and the approvers in the future if you are reviewing past requests. For this example, we'll use ABC 123 Conference 2020. The booking type field will tell approvers and Concur how travel itineraries will be booked. This is a predefined dropdown with three choices: booking in Concur Travel, booking outside Concur, CTP Agent Assist. If you're planning on using the Concur booking tool to book your travel itineraries, select Booking in Concur Travel. If you'll be booking directly with an airline or lodging establishment or using another third-party booking tool, select Booking outside Concur. If you will be requesting the assistance of a CTP travel agent to book your travel itineraries for you, select CTP Agent Assist. So for this example, I'll choose Booking in Concur Travel. The Request Trip Business Start Date and Request Trip Business End Date fields will be the day you are leaving from home or headquarters and the day you return to home or headquarters. This would be inclusive of any potential personal days. I'm going to pick the 22nd through the 24th. The Request Trip Purpose field is a predefined drop-down list of the most common trip purposes. For this example, we'll use Conference Attendee. The Destination City field is connected to a predefined list of cities and airports from the United States GSA, or General Services Administration. Type in the first few letters of the destination city and then select from the list. For this example, we'll use Austin. The Destination Country field is automatically populated based on the city entered. Notice the Travel Risk Advisory link below that. The Travel Risk Advisory is based on the advisories from the U.S. Department of State. UNT Risk Management may be automatically added to the approval workflow depending on the Travel Risk Advisory level. The Trip Type field is a predefined drop-down list that will designate whether this trip is in-state, out-of-state, or international, or if you're traveling on state-appropriated funds. If the travel is a one-day round trip that will not require an overnight stay, the non-overnight stay, in-state, out-of-state selections should be chosen. We will use in-state for this example. The next two fields will let the approvers know if there will be any personal days on the trip. These two fields are purely informational and will not prevent any expenses for personal days from being submitted for reimbursement. No on this. The business purpose field is a free text field that should be used to further explain the request trip, purpose, and benefit to the university. So for this example, we'll say attending ABC 123 2020 for professional development, continuing education credits, and to meet accreditation requirements. The comments field is an optional field to enter additional information that the approvers may need to know. An example would be conference registration is complimentary since I agreed to be a subject matter expert on one of the session panels. Again, these are not required fields, but should be filled out to give plenty of extra information for all the approvers. The next 10 fields show the accounting chart string combination that will be paying for the travel expenses, whether upfront through bookings and Concur or when the trip is complete with reimbursement. The values are based on what chart string combinations are available in EIS. Each field must have a value and is dependent on the combination of fields that precede it. The information required for these fields can be obtained from a departmental budget officer or college financial officer. There are two ways to search for the values you wish to enter. You can search by text to find provost, or search by code to enter in the 6-digit value for your university's provost or department. The default search is by code, and the best practice is to enter by code, as there are 3 different campuses and therefore will be 3 different provost departments. When the value you are looking for appears at the bottom of the search box, select that value and move on to the next field. So I'm going to look for procurement, for example. When it appears down here, you select that. And then move on to the next field. If you come to a field where the combination you have does not have a value, so project, for example, you will choose none at the bottom of the search box. Remember that each field must have a value and is dependent on the combination of fields that precede it. I will go through this. And this fund is the only fund available dependent on this department, no project, and fund CAD of 200. And so on. The first time you create a request, you will have to fill out all 10 fields. Concur saves recently used chart string combinations, so if you use the same combo again for a separate upcoming trip, you'll be able to select the recently used instead of clicking through all 10 fields. Select Save,